All right, Lady Demons, we're going to go over cuts. All right, these are perimeter cuts, which we use to fill around the three-point line. So when the ball moves around, our number one rule on offense is keep space. Now, this is how we move around to fill that space to make sure that we're working as a team. So the wings, in general, we are going to do L cuts to get open and to fill that space. And then our corners, you will do V cuts to fill space. Okay, so let's take a look at these cuts quickly here. So when our wings are doing these L cuts, they're going to aim for the center of the free throw line, which we call the nail. And they're going to go to that nail, and then once they hit that nail, they want to pop out. So we talk about changing speed often of we want to cut to that nail kind of slow, and then once we hit that nail to pop out, then we got to go fast. And that will create separation for that pass, okay? And now our corner, they need to do a V cut, and we want to hit the lane line about halfway between the baseline and the free throw line. So we do a V cut from the corners to fill space. So player number 4, boom, they just did a V cut to get open. All right, and that allows whoever just cut to clear out. And player number 5, they just did a I cut, and that I cut, they do that just to keep their defender on their toes. So they just go about halfway to the lane line and then get out of there. All right, so now this, I believe, is a slide of our nest cuts. So our nest cuts, we are using these nest cuts to get to the hoop and to score, okay? So let's go back to that real quick and just review what the front cut is. So player number 2 is doing a front cut right now. They fake left to go right, and they're going in between their defender and the ball. That's a front cut. So that's one that we do all the time to get open, and you have to swim over your defender to get open on that one. All right, so let's now go to a back cut. So player 2's got the ball. Player 2 fake passes to player 4. What happens with a fake pass is that defender, number 4, is probably going to step up to try to steal the pass. And what happens when that defender steps up to try to steal the pass? Now look at this. Look at all that space. Player number 4 can go back cut to the hoop for an easy pass and score. Shazam. All right, so back cuts are really fun. All right, now here's a variation of a back cut. And something that it's a reason why we do our V cuts as well. So if you're doing a V cut from the corner and you do it over and over and over, eventually that person guarding you might get a little bit lazy, or they might know exactly what you're going to do. So the rock cut is a fun way to trick our defender and do a very fun back cut. All right, so we're going to call it a rock cut. So the rock cut, you cut to the lane line doing a V cut, and once you hit that lane line, you put your hand up and you start shouting, rock, 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 rock. And also that defender is going to be terrified that you're about to get a pass going out to the perimeter. But as soon as you get out to that perimeter, that defender is going to start getting aggressive, trying to catch up to steal that pass. And what you do is you plant your foot, and then you do a back cut for a open pass before that defender gets there. All right, so that's a rock cut. So that is essentially faking doing a V cut or even an L cut, and then if your defender overplays, you do a back cut. All right, and we can shout rock, 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 and then our teammates all know what we're doing. All right, so the last one we have, and the rock cut is especially good for speed mismatches. Now this cut is called a mouse cut, and we have a mouse in the house. What the mouse in the house means is that there's a size mismatch. So somebody may be taller than their defender, and we want the ball because it'll be easy to pass to them and make a nice, easy shot. So here, player 4, they see that their defender is much smaller than them. So they run at that defender to the lane line, and then they get in front of them. So they might have to do like a fake back cut to get in front, or some footwork. But they get in front, they box out, and if they don't get the pass, then they go right back to where they came from, like an eye cut. However, when we run that mouse cut, we'll shout mouse, 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 and you'll get that easy pass, easy basket.